All right, so today we read Leviticus chapters 25 through 26. And in chapter 25, God is giving them all of the laws about the Sabbath and the Sabbath of the land and Jubilee, and outlines in detail how to handle certain situations. And then in chapter 26, he outlines the law of idolatry, not worshiping images, and then goes into great detail about the consequences that Israel will face if they don't listen to God. And we know as we keep reading that he definitely keeps his word. So if you haven't read the Old Testament, I won't ruin it for you, but he does everything that he says he's going to do if they don't obey him. So that was cool to reread and see that. And one thing that stood out to me, will keep standing out to me in the Old Testament, is the fact that these laws about slavery and servitude are revolutionary for the time, and having to let someone free after a certain amount of time, or being required to help your family and give people back their land and not take advantage of your brethren. That is really cool and really amazing to think about based on the time that they're living in. And then another thing that stood out to me from the reading today was that God said, "The children of Israel are my servants that I brought out of the land of Egypt." So he's establishing his ownership over them and saying, these are my children, and they are to serve me, not to serve other people. So I thought that was really cool. I really like that verse today. So would love to hear from you. If you're inclined to comment what stood out to you, what you're thinking about from the reading today, and looking forward to continuing our learning journey. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have an amazing day.